One thing I want to point out about this game is that little nice touch. It's actually quite nice that it just automatically tells you which one of your save files is the new one. Like, that's actually really neat how they do that, because that's actually like, you know, you kind of leave off where you left off wherever you start wherever you left off, rather. So that's actually quite nice. I quite like that. But regardless, hello everyone. My name is Sutton the Wolf, and welcome back to Fruit of Grisaia. Real quick, I just wanted to say this is going to come out. This video is probably going to come out on either a Sunday or a Monday, which is really weird. Normally, this should be on Thursdays. But I've been very busy lately, and I wasn't able to get this video out last Thursday, and so I am doing it now. It was just some things came up, and I couldn't find time to record. That seems to happen to me a lot, so I apologize, but I'm hoping to get this video out Sunday or Monday, and then I'll try and have the next one on Thursday as per the usual. So I won't really waste too much time. You know, if you want to know what happens, then what happened to why I'm like been so backed up, there will be a video on Monday explaining a little bit and explaining some new things with the channel, because some new series are going to be starting up since I finished some other ones. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get started here. In the time-honored traditions of America, bright red cars are called pony cars because of their reputation as playthings for schoolboys, while yellow models are jackass cars because only morons drive them. Is that true? A certain German woman I know, whether aware of that or not, deliberately drives a particularly flashy yellow vehicle around. Apparently, she very much enjoys the compliments she gets from colleagues at work, usually some variation of "it really suits you." In other words, a stupid car like that is just about right for a dumb blonde. Wow. But she hasn't caught on to the fact that she's being mocked, and I've tactfully decided not to inform her either. Just like with women who get flattered when someone tells them you're dressed as wonders for your figure, it's pretty tough to let her know after the fact she's not really being complimented. But sometimes things like this can come back to bite you when you least expect it. Hey, Yuuji-kun. Huh? There's a foreigner looking over here and waving at us. Someone you know? Oh, is this... Hey, it's JB! Oh, I love her. Don't know her. I don't have any bimbos among my acquaintances. But I'm pretty sure she's waving at you in particular. I told you I don't know her. Probably selling Girl Scout cookies. Wow. Say what? Either way, better not get too close. Let's get out of here. Howdy, Yuuji. Hey, she pretty clearly just called your name, you know. What is that woman thinking? Who is she? I'll explain later, sorry, but go on ahead. Huh? What? You knew her after all? Could it be a loan shark? She's my guardian, or rather my guarantor. Is everything okay? It's fine. Hurry up and take Makina back. I'll be right behind you. I'm just gonna say a quick hello. Okay. Apparently not enjoying the way I'm shooing her off with my hands like a stray dog, Amane walks away with a sulky expression, shooting repeated glances over her shoulder. After watching Amane and Makina disappear past the school gate, I screw up an irritated expression, scratch my head vigorously, and approach the blinding yellow bimble mobile. God, I love this character! I love Yuuji! He is so sassy, and I freaking love it! It's so amazing! God, it's so great. Look, woman. Yo! Enjoying your school life? Yeah, more or less. You enjoying pretending to be my guardian? You sure have a nasty way of putting things. You're just like Asako in that respect, you know? What did you come here for? Do I need to have a reason to come see you? I am technically your guardian, you know. Although I'm grateful that you're acting as a guarantor of my background, I don't need a guardian at my age. Kindly get lost. God damn, dude. You're so cold. You were such a sweet little kid, too. If you think you can shut me up by bringing up my childhood, you've got another thing coming. I'll repeat the question. What did you come here for? If it's about work, I thought I had a break for the moment. No. I just wanted to come take a peek at how well you're handling being a normal student in a normal school. There's no problem at present. If you forced me to come up with one, you being here would be top of the list. It's going to be a pain in the ass to make up an excuse when I go back to the classroom. Don't increase my workload. We prepared a perfectly straightforward past for you, didn't we? Stick to the script. I'm a distant relative of your mother. I'd prefer to avoid lying outright where possible. Lies are like colors. The more you pile up, the blacker things get. That's a pretty decent analogy, actually. When it comes to lies, wouldn't Akasaka's red be more appropriate? Or Akasaka's red be more appropriate? Get enough of that place and things turn just as black. And that's why you handle things carefully. Assuming you're planning on avoiding an accidental death. I don't need you to tell me that. I'm handling this myself. Which is precisely why I don't need you giving me surprises like this. Fine. I'll head back for today. What, are you serious? You really did just come to see me? That's what I said. If we needed to talk about business, I'd contact you by cell phone beforehand. Right. The cell phone. Hold it, don't tell me you're not carrying it. After we got you a separate one for private use on top of the one for work. Sorry, I'll make sure to keep it around from now on. If you don't respond to an attempt at contact from us for longer than 15 minutes, you'll have a squad on you for desertion. You do understand that, right? I'm aware. Also, you need to submit a written application in advance if you leave the prefecture. I'm aware of that as well. Oh, that's right! When you came to this place, you walked over the prefectural border. I bought you a train ticket, you know. What the hell was that? I hate trains, as you know. What kind of an idiot walks 200 kilometers for a reason like that? The kind that's standing in front of you. Also, the walk was closer to 175 kilometers. You talk pretty big considering that little trip ended with you in police custody. I'm the one who got crap from the press, you know? God, I love this interaction. This is so great. I'm like sweating because I'm like actually getting into it. Jeez. It's really hot in this basement too, jeez. Summer sucks. Hey, stop saying this woman's a pain in the ass with your eyes. You some kind of psychic? How'd you read my thoughts? God, I love this character. You want me to cry? No, look, I do feel bad about that. I'll apologize nice and slowly over dinner next time, okay? So please leave. If you think you can shut me up by buying me food, you got another thing coming. Not to repeat myself, but if you want to avoid an accidental death, don't do anything too stupid, understood? Understood. Orders received, Major Harudera. Hey, stop saying can I hit this guy just once with your eyes. Are you psychic? Please don't spread it around. It's a pain in the ass to have to bend a spoon every time I introduce myself. You know, I do understand. Don't mind my jokes. Jeez, where did we go wrong in raising you? Such a nasty kid. I get that a lot. Hurry up and get going. You don't have the time to play around here either, do you? Yes, I'm leaving. Not that I need your help managing my time. You're awfully persistent. You're right. My bad, JB. As long as you understand. Well, I'll be in touch. Yeah. I watch as JB turns away and climbs into her car, her blonde hair swinging behind her in waves. As she drives off, I retrieve a cell phone from my school bag. Although I pretended otherwise, I've been carrying my work phone around just as ordered. It's a black, low-profile slide phone I received from JB specifically for company business. I slide the screen up, quickly input the unlocked pin, and call up the main menu screen, sorry. Although it looks like a perfectly normal cell phone, any calls made from this machine pass through a special encrypted line. There's only one entry in the contacts. That single number is listed under JB. Julia Bardera. Naturalized name is Harudera Yuria. My direct supervisor at my part-time job. If you're gonna come, at least give me an advance warning. I click my tongue in irritation, slide the phone shut, and stuff it into the pocket of my uniform so I can respond instantly to any future contact. Howdy there, Yuuji, alias JB. As the woman said herself, she's something of a pain in the ass. She'll go nearly half a year without a single call, and then suddenly it's a brusque stand by in the designated point, where of course she has some incredibly troublesome job waiting to push on me. No, it's almost better when there's actually a job. Sometimes she leaves me at the rendezvous point for more than an hour without any contact. And then when I finally get the call I've been sitting around waiting for, it's a curt situation resolved and I go right back home again. Well, I do get a travel fee deposited into my account just for heading to the standby point, so I suppose it's not a complete fool's errand in that sense, but sometimes I can't help but feel like my time on this earth isn't being spent efficiently. It's something of a behind-the-scenes part-time job, and the work would be troublesome to explain to others if they asked. Of course, it's also not the kind of job I can just casually quit when I want to. More importantly, this is a position that I inherited from my master. I wouldn't walk away even if I could. Well then, how should I explain this to Amane and company? I don't think I'll be able to pass her off as a cookie peddler after all. I passed through Mihama Academy school gate, dragging myself along on heavy feet. If I remember correctly, I think in the anime, whenever she drove off like that, I think she actually kissed Yuuji on the cheek first. So that's different. Or maybe that's just later on and I think that's what that was. There you are! As expected, the instant I show my face in the classroom, Amane jumps all over me. Most of my classmates are gathered on the far side of the room, apparently having watched me from the window. And as I enter, they're all looking at me with questions in their eyes. Hey, who was that? That blondie just now. Blondie? Naturally, Amane is the one who steps forward to interrogate me, as if declaring herself the representative of the class. That said, the rest of the group doesn't seem to be disinterested either. Makina's staring at me with a dazed expression, and Sachi's clutching her hands together in front of her chest, waiting for my words with bated breath. Was that a misspell of baited? Is it B-A-I-T-E-D, or is it B-A-T-E-D? I think it's B-A-I. I think they misspelled that. That would be the first spelling mistake, but I'm not sure. As for Michiru, for some reason she's glaring at me like I kicked her puppy. Sakaki, on the other hand, is sitting primly in her seat reading a book as if to announce she's above such things, but judging from the way she hasn't turned the page once since I came in, we probably got her attention as well. I told you already, didn't I? She's my superior for my part-time job. Superior, huh? Superior, huh? Superior, is it? Yuuji-kun, you have a part-time job? Yeah, I lost both my parents when I was a kid, so I have to earn my own living expenses. What sort of job is it? It's a little difficult to summarize, but, well, I get rid of garbage, or crawl into various places and take care of the cleaning. It's what you'd call dirty work. Those quotes are very, very necessary. So that blondie works in cleaning too? That's right, but she's on the management side, so she doesn't get her hands dirty. What's her name? JB. JB? Her real name is Harude Yuuji. JB's a pet name. She's Japanese? Sure doesn't look like it. She's a naturalized citizen. I think she's originally German. I don't really remember. I pull out the chair from my seat and drop my bag on top of the desk with a deliberately loud thump. The questioning over now? If you've satisfied your curiosity, then go sit down. Class is going to start. Just as I speak, the first bell rings and Makina and Sachi scurry back to their seats. But the large woman who's been interrogating me, her expression still smoldering with irritation, pulls out the chair from the seat in front of mine and sits down heavily. Hey, Yuuji-kun, I haven't asked you the most important question yet. What? Spit it out then. Your relationship with that person. She's not your girlfriend, is she? That's your big question? What a joke. It's not a laughing matter for me. Don't stick your nose in my face. You get excited. You've got a mustache starting there. God, I love this guy! God, he's so good! God, I'm not used to having a sassy, smart protagonist in my games that I'm playing. God, that's so great. You're kidding! Yeah, just screwing with you. I'm going to break your nose, okay? Sounds fun. Give it a try. You little... Amane's punch is slow and lacking in serious intent. I dodge it easily with a slight swaying movement of my upper body. Think this over calmly. Do I look like a man who could be in a relationship? That is exactly why I'm suspicious. In your case, an older, blonde, foreign lover feels strangely plausible. Amane stares into my eyes as if searching for the truth. I mean, don't you also know Principal Tachibana somehow? Well, yeah. Talk about fishy. What is? What were you doing before you came to this school? Well, so this question finally came up. On paper, I was studying abroad in Canada, or some similar lie they came up with for my forged personal history. But if they start pushing into that story, this will just drag on. Answering somewhat honestly now should make for less trouble down the line, anyway. Before I came here, I guess I was a freeloader of sorts. Freeloader? If you want to make it sound fancy, or maybe a gigolo, I was being supported by an unrelated older woman. That's the blonde woman? No, she's a friend of the other woman. I started mooching off her after the other one died. You're awful. In exchange, she worked me brutally hard on the job. She doesn't have anything to complain about. Amane shuts her eyes, slaps her hand on her forehead, and heaves a heavy sigh. In any case, you don't have a girlfriend? Right. Right. I'll admit I don't quite understand why that's the main point here, but I guess that stuff is on the mind of girls at this age. If you try to force your perspective onto everything, you'll lose sight of the bigger picture. Although she doesn't look entirely satisfied by my response, Amane mutters a brief, well, alright, rises from the chair and heads back to her own seat. I watch until she finally sits down, then quickly turn to look behind me. Turns, I would believe that is. What do you want? Immediately behind me, I find a bright red Michiru staring back at me. Were you listening? What? Don't get the wrong idea. It's not like I'm interested in anything. I wasn't listening. I just happened over here. Don't go around making me hear your weird stories. Got it? You're a real nuisance sometimes. Crossing her arms tightly in front of her chest, her face bright red, Michiru blabbles frantically. In response, I thrust out my right hand and an energetic thumbs up. Nice suit today, Michiru. You're such a jerk! If you don't want to talk about something, you should make it awkward to ask. Based on that theory, I tried spicing things up a little more than the reality, but who knows how much of it they believe. Of course, it's true that my parents died when I was still a kid, that I was picked up by an older woman, my master, and that I lived off the money she earned. After my master's death, I did get work from her friend JB in order to earn my keep. On top of that, it's thanks to her vouching for me that I'm able to attend a normal school like this in the first place. Huh, now that I think about it, I didn't change the facts much at all. But then, the more you focus on constructing believable lies, the less they tend to work. When you stick more or less to the truth, you'll end up convincing people no matter how absurd the story sounds. A promising start would be a bit of an overstatement, but I think I can work with this. Not bad! Alright, well, I think I'm gonna stop there, actually. That felt a lot longer than it was. That was only like that was just under 20 minutes. That felt pretty long. But I'm gonna stop there. I wanna, with these visual novel kind of games, a lot of the time, the stopping points for the episodes, it just kind of feels right at times to stop it. So I was hoping to make this like a 30-minute episode, but that felt like a really good place to stop. So we'll go ahead and stop there. So this video will probably have come out on Sunday or Monday. I apologize for that once again. And once again, if you are curious as to why these videos have been late, there will be a video on Monday explaining it. So if you want to know, please check that out. Otherwise, expect the videos to try and... I will attempt to get them on time again. I'm going to be recording more of this and other things to try and get them out on time. So, with that, thank you guys so very much for watching. Leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. I shall always read them and I shall always take into account. And as always, I will see you guys next time for another episode of Fruit of Grisaia. Love this game.